Good morning, I'm Dan Gannon from ASCO in Canada. Today I would like to speak to you about our new Zone Safety product. We have made some advancements in our product that allow us to manage risk without dumping energy. Dumping of energy is wasteful from a standpoint of dumping the actual energy, and also wasteful from a time standpoint in the actuators need to refill after the energy has been returned to the system. So what we have done is we have looked at the new standards for zone safety, and in these standards for zone safety, we have decided to take an actuator by actuator approach that allows us to manage energy very effectively and create very, very rapid responses while giving a tailored solution for every actuator in the system. So if you have a risk assessment on your machinery and you understand the performance level you are trying to achieve and the category, we can now help you move redundancy out to the individual actuators. So if you are trying to dump all air on an actuator, if you are trying to stop motion, we have a solution for you. We do that simply by adding one valve to our manifold system. This valve controls the pilot air within the zone and also controls things like PO checks, rod locks, and things like that. So this valve individually here is controlling all of the pilot air to these and things like PO checks that you see down here, a rod lock if that happened to be on the cylinder. So in this cylinder application, I am trying to do stop motion. So I am using this valve to control the PO checks, and I am using this valve as the power valve for that cylinder. Any type of breaking of the light curtain, you can see loses the outputs to these 12mm connectors located down on the manifold base, and therefore that kills power to these valves, kills air to these PO checks, creating a stop function, and also loses the pilot air and power to the power valve. By doing that, I create a full stop motion effect with this cylinder. Now what I've got basically is this valve becomes redundant to this valve, and then I can continue forward. This pilot valve controls any devices in the system that require piloting. So if I wanted to dump all air, I could have another valve here that was used for dumping all air, and this pilot valve would operate the dump function for that. This means that I do not dump all air or all energy for this manifold. I simply dump energy for this valve. The beauty to this system is that I end up with this valve being redundant to this one, this valve being redundant to this one, and this valve being redundant to that one, etc., etc. You can see I have added only one valve to the system instead of adding a significantly large component that will dump all energy. I selectively control energy or stop motion at each valve rather than doing it across the entirety of the system. As well, I have accommodation for valves that are not within the safety zone and can be behind guarding or some sort of a non-man machine interface where it is not required that they be safe. Very simple solution, very, very straightforward, very low cost, very, very rapid response, with excellent capability to meet the current ISO 13849 Category 3, Category 4 standards. Visit us online at asco.com for more information.